V. Alier as we get the third term underway. The Suns in another close one. Martin juggled his way through everyone, then almost got legged. Jones got hit high, and it's play on. The umpires are letting things go. Wright gives him every chance with that kick. McCartan sticking to the task. Sexton, another poster. Clear of the pack. Breaks the way of Jones. Little kick. Gave Reed half a chance. Now Ronk bounced, did him no favours. He eventually used his teammate, Heaney, back to Kennedy, over the top, just squeezed it in, and the Swans worked it out in the end. Into those open spaces, Rampy can use Dawson, who's got Florent further afield, takes a bounce. Doesn't do that too often. And now Dawson steps around his man. That was clever. Against Holmes, she goes long. What about the kick? It's a goal as yet. He's kicked 23 this year. So he'll fancy his chances here, and that's the perfect strike. They've kicked the first two since half-time, the Swans.
Back towards goals. Just ran a little angle in behind Harbrow there. Lukosius, he really could have got there. If he wanted to track back with him, he had the wheels to get there, but chose not to, and they paid the ultimate price.
Rampy, who tries to chisel one, on the bounce to Kennedy, back inboard, intended for Rowbottom. It got there in the end, and now the shot is dragged a little and spoiled cleverly by Lukosius again.
Down here.
Yep, O'Riordan picks up the scraps. It's that man again, Dawson. Earlier this year, so 2019 has been a little interrupted for Will Hayward. In his 50th game of AFL footy, won't quite be bending that one back. Paul Rampy able to step around Weller on that cricket pitch area, but he kicked straight to a Sun. Free kick for front-on contact against Papley. Two Suns running to the footy and no Swans. After that,
no one to contest the ball.
Reed puts it back in there. Ballard favoured by it, back, and he left it for Joyce in the end.
Good kick.
Lukosius wanted it. Hanley found him, and the kick across his body. Keeping in front of himself was Day. He could afford the fumble and able to link up with McPherson, and the Suns do get it. Patience is a virtue.
Lukosius, not a great kick, but got it forward quickly, and Day had enough time to put McPherson into space, and one of their best players this season, Darcy McPherson, slots that one through and keeps him well and truly in this one.
Not everyone in your back six can take on that kick that Hanley did. Forward again to a 2-on-1. Ronk stays down. Chase is on between two Swans. Ronk gets it. Can he finish across his body? The Swans fans tell the story. The quick answer from Ben Ronk.
It dropped off his direct opponent and drifted forward. And the initial outnumber was...
penetration in the kick. Harbrow couldn't win it, and Papley took it away. Couple of bounces, almost running himself into trouble. That's holding the ball. No. Jesse Joyce applied the tackle and kept on finishing off the tackle. Well, the umpire eventually gives a free kick to Suns play.
To dodge this one.
If you start bouncing the footy and then you lose possession like that, isn't it a free kick?
Yep, normally. Jack Martin's another one need to see get into the play. Only had 9 touches.
Oh, well played by the Suns. They got Weller on the outside. He kicked a telling goal from this part of the ground last year. But
today they're really struggling to find an avenue.
Oh, good hands from Weller. Went back to Martin, who found a little bit of room. He's normally a good finisher, but he rushed it in the end. Gee, I would have loved it if Blakey had gotten it back. It might have been a Buddy-esque kind of goal as Hewitt goes to the pocket. Just enough distance on that to find Papley here this year. And he goes drop punt style, and the practice nearly paid off. They know what's required from there. That's
He's out of sight, huh? Here we go.
Yeah, and he's got an extra 10 metres on this one, though.
He made the distance pretty easy last time. Would you have another go?
No, he's no chance to have a go at this one.
Lear with a lead, turned down, and now trying to be precise with the kick. Papley, a little too much on it for Rose. Tried to stay out of that Heaney. He might have almost gotten a free kick for below the knees, but now the Swans have it. Dawson's capable. Didn't come off the boot as he would have liked. Free kick's been spotted. It's going the way of the Swans from point-blank range.
Extremely well.
They call him the lit Nick Blakey. Oh, normally a bit more precise than that, but he sneaks it in, and he's going at a goal a game in his rookie year. 13 goals.
We just see the free kick off the ball, top of the goal square, and just held back there, and a free kick. So pressure of getting the ball in quickly, not a lot in it, but
Wade Jones entering the equation as well. Papley tried to nudge his man out of the contest. Ellis gives it up to Jones. Papley will go for goal. He had Blakey going into the goal square. He didn't need him.
Very similar, but the reality is they're coming from vastly different bases. You've got one of the most admired football clubs in the country that stays relevant in a tough market up against a...
They try and take the advantage, then they cough it up, and the Swans are going to have a shot as a result. Yet to mark his 50th game with a goal, Will Hayward. Maybe now is the time, but he's hooked it. And Miller goes to Fiorini. Oh, Lear was about to make a big tackle before the handball was executed. Harbrow hasn't kicked a goal in 2019, tries to set it up, and Dawson with the intercept mark. Little handball to Dawson, and he's the great elite kicker on that left-hand side. And this guy normally pops up with one or two. Pretty handy from this kind of range historically as well. If he misses right. The graphic showed it. And for Heaney this time to go to Rowbottom. And that kick chipped to the pocket. And Blakey takes the mark just inside. A well-weighted kick from Rowbottom. Blakey looking for a teammate. Papley in the pocket. This to be the leading goal kicker in the game. Beautifully executed, but it's another poster. Great to Rampy, who's eager to play on and execute a handy kick of his own, slicing and dicing. So Heaney has a marker. Missed from here a moment ago, makes no mistake second time around, his first major of the evening.
Here we go.
Goes to a little man instead. McPherson brought it down to his own advantage, opened up a bit of wriggle room, and couldn't quite finish it off after being found by Lukosius. Pump, clever little hand in there from Powell, and Day finds McPherson. That's a mark. Can McPherson hit the scoreboard here? He's already kicked one goal so far in this game, making the goal umpire work a little, but he's got it. 2 for the evening for Darcy McPherson.
Sam Day just finds McPherson there.
Yeah, broken leg for him last year, so he's bounced back really well from that this season. He's top
here, back by the ball. That's a strong elbow.
Of beauty to find Jones, and his kick finds Papley on the lead.
An amazing advantage for the forwards to jog onto.
Gee, it wasn't a great option from Papley. Was set good handball as well from Aliir out in front of Florent. Now Rowbottom going over the top towards Heaney, and he's got it. Beautifully weighted kick again from the Swans. Year in a row. And he's already kicked one in this final term. Make it 2. Only just. Not coming off the boot as he would have liked. Disposals this year, second only to that year he was runner-up in the Brownlow. Oh, Lukosius, not sure you're going to get away with that. Free kick paid. And he's a lefty, of course. What does he do here? He's still thinking left boot, and it's near side. Blakey trying to keep it alive here. Second effort as well. He might get the payoff. Yep. Papley back to Blakey. No look at it, Jones. Good desperation by the Suns, but Hayward will finish it off eventually. And he enjoys that in game number 50.
The middle of the ground and that transition, getting high quality ball inside 50, which has been a... Let's have a look at this build up here. Nice work from Blakey to Jones. Did he get taken over the line? No. Really well done from Jones to keep that ball in play.
Might be a chance to get a late one here against the grain. Weller. Couple of bounces for Lockie. And he goes for home. And the goal umpire ain't moving. They do get a late consolation. Lockie Weller did it last year in a win. He does it in a loss this time.
It has to be inconclusive. It has to be conclusive to overturn.
Fingers of Melican.
Yeah.
Right fingers.
More forearm.
So this is what we asked for. Get it right.
Oh, they're taking it off him. The review complete. We couldn't see it conclusively.
I've lost another job.
Weller, can he get this kick off in time? Siren about to sound. And denied. A late score there.